Today, I would like to share with you my experience of designing an accessible solution. I need to know that I'm not a developer and not an accessibility specialist. I'm going to share my experience as a UX UI designer. And my story started in 2019. That time, I was working on a web application in the corporate social responsibility field. And all the time we were talking about how we make the world better, especially for those who are at disadvantage. Yeah, especially I remember this example we always discussed, how one can ask for example, a prosthetic arm or leg through our service. And I wondered, really? And I decided to check. And actually, that story made me learn about web accessibility first. And also, I conducted the first accessibility audit for that product that actually was shown to the management. And they said that it's very, very, very important initiative. But actually, it led to nothing. Time passed. We implemented some small stuff in our system. Some laws came into force in US, so we had to be accessible, actually. And the management came back to us, asking what to do. Actually, we knew what to do, but did not know how to start with it, because nothing changed. Still no time, no money for this. And we decided to start small. That time was the first time when we also ordered the first commercial accessibility audit for our product. And we decided, as a first attempt, to take the first issue from the top of the list. What I need to also explain about this product. It consists of forms. Every single second page is a form. Looks basically like this. Yeah, very, I think, regular situation. And we fixed this. It looks this way. Have you noticed the change? If no, that's fine, because there are no visual changes. What we actually did, we connected the labels to the corresponding fields. And even if you don't see any visual changes, actually there's very, very big change for our users, because the page that used to be completely inaccessible to those who don't see became accessible to some extent. And this is the point. When I left this company, they continued taking issues from that list and fixing them. Small steps to big results. And this story taught me this, that I actually need to take small steps to achieve this accessibility, at least to some extent. I need to know my pain points. I'm sure that you know pain points of your system, at least some of them, yeah? And also know how to fix them, like the labels that I've just shown you, or that color contrast. I promise I won't tell about it anymore. And the last but not least, find allies. It doesn't work when you're alone. When I was a sole person in the company interested in web accessibility, it did not work. When actually the management and my team had some reasons to look into it, we started working. Okay, let's go on to another story. It happened much later, and this product is much more mature in the terms of accessibility. We look at the tab bar. Pretty, I think, regular component, yeah? You can click on the second tab, the content below refreshes, yeah? You see something else. Of course, there are different ways to build such a thing. It doesn't matter now. The story is about accessibility audits. We received one about this particular component, and they said, this has to be buttons. Buttons and nothing else. They have to look like buttons, behave like buttons, no ways. What is important? Accessibility audits are different. There are some that we make internally in our company to monitor the health of our product, how accessible it is at the moment. And it is actually up to us how to prioritize issues that we found in those audits. There is another group of accessibility audits that we order outside. It means that some outside companies or agencies specializing in web accessibility are doing these audits for us. Still, it is a bit up to us what to fix and what can wait. But there's another very interesting group. And this particular audit belongs to this group. It was provided by a customer. Also, it might be some legal body. And actually, when we receive an accessibility audit by customer, we don't have a choice whether to fix something or not, and even don't have any way to discuss what was found inside. So I think the solution for this is obvious, yeah? We have to fix this, not to lose the client, not to lose the market. But it was not that easy, to be honest. We received another accessibility audit, and they said, this has to be links. Links and nothing else. They have to look like this, they cannot resemble anything else, so links. And a long explanation why. The thing is that the solution, the technical solution behind this is the same, yeah? But these two auditors, they came to different solutions. It's quite tricky. Long story short, we redesigned that piece of the system. But it taught me this, that there is room for interpretation. Those guidelines, VCG guidelines, some rules that are set at country level, they are not like fixed and rigid. They might be interpreted in different ways. And it is up to us, yeah, to find the right way to interpret them and find appropriate solutions. There are no rules and techniques set in stone. So there is a set of possible solutions to address each accessibility issue. But unfortunately, those lists are not complete. You might need some other solution, like we, for example, that we had to just change the solution completely. And this is an endless journey of exploration. Sometimes it might seem that achieving accessibility lies in there, in our backlog, yeah? But actually it is not, because technology changes, interpretation changes, solutions also change. Okay, I would like to tell you another very short story. Last autumn, I was hiring designers for several products, and it just happened that all these products had already had a need for accessible design. And I was looking for designers. I had about, I don't know, 2 dozens of interviews, and every single designer said that accessibility is very, very, very important topic. I remember that only, I think, 2 of them were able to actually explain what they do to make their solutions, design solutions, more accessible. And what it leads to? Educate your team. Most probably, you cannot find a person on the market that easily with appropriate accessibility knowledge. It's better to educate your team and start doing it now. Because now it's not late, not too early. We have some deadlines, and we need to achieve this accessibility for our product. I would like to finish this with 3 statements, actually 3 advices that I would like to give myself 5 years ago. First, be pragmatic. When talking about accessibility, many people start with the vision. We need to make our product accessible to all people. We need to do it at once. We need to go far and beyond the double VCG compliance, yeah? I bet that you have heard this. But, you know, someone needs to achieve this basic level. Unfortunately, we are not there yet. So invest in your design system. Fix finally does skull and contrast. I know that I promised not to talk about it, but still, the problem exists. So be pragmatic. Take small steps. The next one, be organized. Create a plan and stick to it. Plans change, interpretations change, but when you have something to achieve, yeah, it becomes achievable. And the last one, be open. Learn. There's a lot of free resources that you access even today and start learning about web accessibility and how to make your solutions accessible. There's a lot of people who are sharing their experience and advice on how to do it. Unfortunately, we cannot delegate accessibility to someone else, like a single developer or a designer or an external consultant. But it is up to us to make the web solutions accessible.